If there's one noise in British wrestling that instantly turns my stomach, it is the sound that precedes the entrance of Richie West in the Control. Noise that sounds like a machine chewing up bodies and spitting them out, which, knowing the manipulative Richie West, is definitely not a coincidence as the Control make their way to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring at this time, accompanied by the NGW General Manager, Mr. Richie West, and representing Control, full combined weight, 412 pounds. This is the team of Sam Wilder, Caz Crash, The Proven.
Well, the Proven here really are reminiscent of the people in life who take the shortcut for the quick fame, the quick money and the quick success. They came from the NGW Training Academy and were hotly tipped as two of the top young talents to come out of the north of England. And then that man right there, Richie West, got in their ear, and whatever it was he promised them rapidly turned the attitude of these two men from being life-loving, friendly and embracing the fans to being two of the nastiest young men in the UK wrestling industry today. Joining the Control alongside Mark Haskins and the undisputed unified NGW heavyweight champion Rampage Brown, and essentially becoming paid fucks for Richie West. And Richie West, something's going on in that corner there. Like he's having an argument early with referee Adam Johnson. Those two have history. And this crowd at Hull City Hall instantly despise the appearance of West. Oh God, he has the microphone. This is not going to be good. Can somebody cut that mic off before he even starts? And this crowd in Hull City Hall showing their contempt for the leader of the Control.
Cretins over here just said to me, smile, Richie, smile.
But that's not going to happen.
Well, believe me, I'm going to smile after I've told you this. We are, of course, a national and local televised product. And as I stated at the start of the year, because of copyright laws, Liam Slater and the Venga Boys are banned.
Richie West banning the most popular entrance music in British wrestling today.
There'll be no dancing. We certainly don't like to party.
Much to the anger of this crowd here.
There will be no music again for Liam Slater.
Well, this tag match main event for British Wrestling Weekly is underway as the bell rings, and we apologise for not bringing you the entrance of Liam Slater. You can blame Richie West and copyright infringement for that, trying to suck the life and the joy out of the party. But now the party is over, and the real tough slog for Dan James and Liam Slater begins, because the two lesser experienced men go against their polar selves, two men in Sam Wilder and Caz Crash that started much like Slater and James at the NGW Academy, and much like Slater and James were hotly tipped for big things, but turned their back on that training school and their friends and joined Richie West. And now it's down to Dan James and Liam Slater to fight, I guess, for all of their training partners, for the new generation of the new generation, by beating the Proven. Obviously, they got that win over them in a six-man tag match that also included Mark Haskins, the star attraction, and Justin the Hammer Sizem. And Richie West very publicly in interviews said that Slater and James could not beat the Proven in just a 2-on-2 tag match. But look at this, by Dan James proving early on that he can go hold for hold with Sam Wilder. I don't know if I agree or disagree with Richie West. My heart would love to see Slater and James win, but my brain and my experience of over 20 years in professional wrestling tells me that it's not likely. But my soul and my passion is so infused by the fact that Slater and James don't care. They just want to prove that they can fight these two on an equal footing, whether they can win or not. And that's so admirable, because in life you can't always win, but you'll never know unless you take part. And Dan James definitely taking part with that tight side headlock there on Sam Wilder, looking for an armbar. He calls himself the armbar superstar as a throwback to the old world of sport wrestling, and he's focused on that. And this crowd, you've got to believe they want to see Liam Slater, who is a young man whose popularity grows and grows week on week here on this program. A young man who shared a very sad story about the death of his uncle on national television, and yet the audience embraced him even further for it. He's a man that's opened up to us, and this crowd has opened their hearts up back in return, scoring his first televised win in the aforementioned six-man tag. And that was a hell of a moment, and we're about to see Slater in his first television appearance since that win. And is the party begins here for Liam Slater. And you don't want to take your eye off the ball. Oh, big drop kick to the arm. I was going to say you don't want to take your eye off the ball and have too much fun in there, because for everything that could be said about the Proven and Richie West, these guys are very skilled and very vicious. Caz Crash there walks straight into an arm drag there by Slater. And Slater and James surprisingly controlling the tempo in the early goings of this one. But do not forget about the third man in this match, who is Richie West, who has proven that he will do anything he can and whatever he can to illegally assist his stablemates, his teammates, and get them the upper hand, whether or not the referee sees it. He has used his influence on multiple occasions, even when the referee has caught him, or caught the rest of the control, to tell the referee that he will fire them if they don't allow his cheating. I mean, it's a real conflict of interest here that should not be allowed. But as he is the managing director of the company at this point, what can be said? Whoa, look at that! The Proven have come unstuck early here. Caz Crash hitting Sam Wilder, and you've got to believe that they didn't prepare for Slater and James as much as they should have done, because they are really controlling this tempo for a prolonged period. Going to see a big chop here, and Caz saying, "Don't give me the chop," and Slater, and come on, Richie, that's exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean. And it, like flaunting it in front of the referee, and Adam Johnson knows that his job is literally at stake if he does anything to reprimand West or the control. It's a terrible situation to be in, and Slater and James know it. And whoa! It's Dan. What? Hold on. It's Adam Johnson is telling Richie West, I think, that he must go to the back. No way. I mean, this is the guts that this takes for Johnson. Is maybe I've read this wrong. Man, this is a situation that none of us were expecting. Stevie Aaron's going to clarify. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed by the official that if Mr. Richie West does not leave the ringside area, the Proven will be disqualified from this match.
My God! Good for you, Adam Johnson. Good for you. Sometimes somebody has to stand up to the man, stand up to the machine, and the man and the machine embodied in one being is Richie West, and it's about time that somebody enforced the rules. What is a count on if Richie West doesn't get back by the count of 10? The Proven will be disqualified. And Richie West cannot allow that to happen. We're going to have to take a very short commercial break, but the worm has turned and the situation has changed here on British Wrestling Weekly. Well, back here on British Wrestling Weekly, and what a shocking chain of events, with Richie West being told he either leaves the ringside area or the Proven get disqualified, and there is no way the Proven can afford to lose this one 2 in a row. So now it really is 2-on-2, Dan James and Liam Slater against the Proven. And the Proven manages to get their first kind of offense in this one. Man, this is not how I was expecting it to go. And Dan James, whoa, look at that! Sends Sam Wilder over the top, makes the tag back to Liam Slater. Liam Slater and Dan James, if this was on points, these two have definitely been the better team. And whoa! Double belly to back suplex there. I was not expecting Dan James and Liam Slater to do what they have done so far in this match. But give these young guys credit. They said they were fighting for the NGW Academy to prove that it was the best producer of wrestling talent in the UK today. And these guys really, really have done... Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, look. Oh, that landing. Sorry, that completely threw me there. Liam Slater just took... that was a really, really, really nasty... I don't even want to call it a tumble. Took a massive bump to the outside off the top, which is already about a 12-foot drop. Landing chin first, face first on the guardrail, and the way he was laying on the floor, it was literally a brutal landing, and that really may just, that's so heartbreaking. And I should be impartial in this, but there's nothing I find more inspiring than watching these young men in NGW wrestle with their hearts, really go into a battle that they know they can't win in many cases, but give everything they can, train for it, prepare for it, sleep thinking about it, you know, and this is what these guys did. And that bump to the outside by Liam Slater may have just lost it for this team. Slater does not look in a good way at all from that. This guy was so full of hope and energy at the early stages, and a big vertical suplex there by Sam Wilder. Goes for a cover and give it to Liam Slater for kicking out, but you can see he's in obvious pain even kicking out. And he looks straight over instinctively to Dan James, who is like, this guy has been his training partner for years. They go to a training school, and despite being on shows, train to wrestle every single weekend, going up and down the roads together. So you can only imagine how this also feels for Dan James to see Liam Slater in this much trouble. And watching Liam Slater there, reaching for Dan. And he really needs to make that tag in the worst way possible, because it's amazing this kid is still going. And the Proven now, for the first time in this contest, actually getting the offense going their way, but holding Slater blocks, and incredible effort by Slater, using every last bit of strength and energy he had to reverse the suplex from a bigger man, from a taller man. He must have dug down deep. You can see that digging on the face of Slater. The pain is etched on his face, and he needs that tag in the worst way. Sam Wilder there, cutting that ring in half. And that will be the strategy now for the Proven. It's one of the tactics that Richie West teaches, which is work out your territory and separate everybody else from it. And that's what these guys are going to do. But it looks like Sam Wilder, he may have not hit that suplex early on a standing position, but now he's going for it from the second rope. And Liam Slater's blocking. How long can he fight this for? How long can he fight this for? And he does! Man, he manages to get out of this, and Caz Crash Slater fighting with everything he's got on the top rope, a massive crossbody! Come on, make the tag, Liam! Can you imagine the pain that must be going through Liam Slater, who is desperate, just desperate, to make that tag to Dan James, and this crowd, packed crowd of the whole City Hall, desperate to see it to what? What? No, hold on. Dan James has just jumped off the ring apron here. What is going on? What the hell is going on? Is he joined the Control? I cannot believe what we're seeing. Dan James, you should be disgusted with yourself. How can you... Liam Slater is now left in the ring with two members of the Proven after taking that bump. Yeah, he did sell out. This crowd chanting, you sold out, and look at Liam. The referee, and there's nothing the referee Adam Johnson can do, because this match is still at both members of the Proven there And Adam Johnson, there's nothing he can do other than get one of those men out of the ring, and even then it is a 2-on-1. What has Dan James done? What has Dan James done? Oh, why has Dan James done this? I literally, sorry, I literally do not understand what is going on at this point. Did you see that knee in the face? Liam Slater does not deserve this at all. Come on. And the Proven, thank God this one's over. And this one's the Proven are not done with Liam Slater. This man has stood up to the machine. This man has stood up to Richie West. And now he is going to be used as an example of what happens. Brutal kicks there. He is going to be used as an example of what happens when you stand up to the man and the machine. And this crowd chanting for Liam, but I'm going to tell you there's nothing, just nothing that can be done to save Liam Slater. This is just an absolutely horrible situation. And our main event on British Wrestling Weekly has turned into something that none of us expected or wanted to see. Liam is just... Dan James is just stood there watching. How can you watch your best friend and training partner get assaulted? It's just assault here. And they hit that finishing move, and I'm just begging this to be over. Please, 2 and 3. Thank God this is over. Thank God this is over. What a situation.
What is the match? The Proven.
I don't know. My only assumption is that Dan James must have joined the Proven or something, but look at Liam Slater, gave so much and fought so hard and has shared his heart and soul with us on this programme. And if there's one man in NGW that did not deserve what just happened to him, it is Liam Slater. This guy gave everything, and he has just been left by his best friend and training partner and viciously and brutally assaulted by the Proven right here. This is a disgusting situation.